Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at my current favorites and fails. I don't do this on a monthly basis, I just do it when I know that I've got a bunch of stuff that I really like and a bunch of stuff that I don't like. These things were acquired over a period of time, so some of the things were relatively new and some of the things have, I've had them for a little while but I've never really spoken about them. And let's start with the things that I really like. The majority of the things that I like are quite new. So the first thing is the Barry M Mist and Fix Matte Finish Setting Spray. I really like this spray. I was actually on the hunt for, I hadn't picked up another MAC Fix Plus. I wanted to get a replacement for that, but I just never got round to doing it, so I picked this one up instead. Now I know that the MAC Fix Plus is not actually a setting spray, it's more like a hydration spray, but this is such a good setting spray and it just brings everything together and it just mattifies everything without looking dry. This was, I think, about $4.99 if I remember from Superdrug. I love it, I really do, and I think that instead of the Fix Plus, I'll be repurchasing this. Another thing that I really like is this Schwarzkopf Got To Be Playful styling primer. I use this to lay my edges. I haven't done my edges today, by the way, but I've only recently started laying my edges when I'm going out or whatever, and this is so nice. I got it in a glossy box I think a few months ago before I cancelled my service or my subscription. It's just like a hair gel. I use it with an old toothbrush to I put it on my old toothbrush and then I use it to just create slick edges that I lay around my perimeter. Again, I have not done my edges today, so but this is really nice. I don't know how much it is because I did get it in a subscription box, but depending on the price, I will most probably buy this again. But there's quite a lot in there, and I don't have to use a lot because I'm only doing it for my edges, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's called a styling primer, but it's just kind of like a hair gel. Next thing is the Morphe M164 brush. I saw this in a Jaclyn Hill's favorites kind of video, and I really like the shape of this brush. It's really good for doing your nose contour and blending it out, and also your cheek contour and blending it out. If you want something really precise, it's really good for it. I love it, I really do. And this was, I think I got this for about £3 on Beauty Bay because they were having some kind of sale. So this is, I think it's usually about £5 or $5.99, so it's not even that expensive anyway. But once I saw this in her video, and it wasn't because it was her who was promoting it, it was the shape. I just really like shape, and that is just so precise. Really like it. Next is the Sleek Distorted Dreams palette. This came out recently and this is what it looks like on the inside. I do have a video where I am reviewing or doing a first impressions on this palette. I really like it, especially this pink shade down at the bottom. You can see that I have dipped into it quite a lot. You can see the gold one here I have dipped into as well, but not as much as this one. Absolutely love it. I think it was about £10 or £11, something like that, on Superdrug's website. I tend to get a lot of my makeup from Superdrug simply because if you have that beauty card thing then, and it's registered to your online account, then you can get the item sent out the same day, for free or something along those lines. It's free delivery, so I just tend to do that rather than going onto the Sleek website and having to pay money for shipping, for postage. If you can save your coin, save your coin. Next, now these are just samples, but I have done a video on the Black Up Mattifying Fluid Foundation, which looks like this in its bottle form, and also the Black Up 8-hour correcting primer which goes with it. I have done a video where I tried on this foundation and this primer together and I absolutely loved it. It was the day that I had worn it, It was so hot. It was so hot. I mean, my body was sweating, but my face wasn't. It was just on point. It wasn't until like many hours later that I started to feel the slip, but it had well surpassed the 8 hours that it originally, you know, advertises. So I was so happy with that. I think the only reason why I haven't purchased the products in full, as you can see, like this is empty, I'm just holding on to it for reference, but the reason why I haven't purchased this in full is because there is a bit of a controversy behind the company Black Up and also the price. I mean, I believe that these are like £32 each, so the primer is 32 and the foundation is 32. It's like either 32 or 35, I can't remember, but right now I'm putting myself on a no buy. I've got better things to buy, like food, so I'm just putting myself on a no buy. So until I'm at the point where I can, this will have to go on the back burner. But I absolutely love this foundation and primer combo. I love it. I absolutely love it, and if you can get your hands on it, definitely do so. And I'll also put the video of me doing a try on of this down below. So that was all of my faves, and now let's go to the fails. So the first thing was the Too Faced Love Light Prismatic highlighters. I bought all three. I'm just gonna get this, just gonna show you this one for the sake of this video, but all three were kind of a fail, simply because they weren't as blinding as I was hoping that they would be. They didn't have as much pigment as I thought that they would. The packaging is gorgeous, don't get me wrong, the packaging is on point. It's just so beautiful. From the box, I mean, pretty, to the actual compact itself, I mean, rose gold mirrored, heart shaped compact, and then the actual product itself, I mean, look, like this multifaceted print with the Too Faced emblem in the center. It's just lovely. But the color payoff, the highlight payoff, it just wasn't doing it for me. It just really wasn't doing it for me. So they're nice to have on your vanity. It's nice to have as part of your collection. But if you really wanted to get that pow in your face, I would more so advise that you get the Sleek palette. Sleek have many of these highlighter palettes in their collection. I think there's 5 now. Yeah, there's 5 in the collection. One of them was limited edition, so I don't know if that one is available anymore. But again, I have a video where I swatched all 4 aside from this one, so I will also link that down below. I wouldn't bother to get these. This was like £25. These are about £10. Seriously, like, you get better payoff with this as opposed to this. Next is the Lancome Ultra Wear 24-hour wear and comfort retouch free foundation. Now this is just a sample. I got this sample a few months ago and I don't remember talking about it. I don't remember talking about it on any of my videos, and it was simply because, number one, it's way too dark for me. When I got this sample, you had to choose your shade online, and you know when choosing your shades can sometimes go wrong. It went wrong. So this was the shade that I received, and it's called number 10 Praline. Listen, it's just, first of all, it's the smell that I can't stand. It's just a bottle of perfume. It's like, it's tinted perfume. That's the best way that I can tell you. That's the best way that I can describe it. It's tinted perfume. As soon as you open it, it's just a punch in the face of perfume. And then what I noticed that when I put it on the skin, my skin immediately starts to tingle. And I don't feel that a foundation should make you tingle. It does not feel pleasant at all. I still have it because I do have a foundation which is way too light, so I can mix it with it, and whenever I have mixed it with this other foundation, there's no problem. But I didn't feel that I should review it while I'm mixing it with something else, because then I'm not really getting I'm not giving it a true review, if that makes sense. But this on its own smell is ridiculous. It stinks. It really does stink of like just strong alcoholic perfume. When you put it on the skin, it tingles and it's just not nice. They need to, as far as I'm concerned, anyone who has sensitive skin, do not buy this. Do not get it, okay? Don't get it. I don't particularly have sensitive skin, so I can't say, oh, it's like, oh, I get a reaction or anything like that. Like, I don't end up with like marks on my skin from where it was tingling or no, I don't get any of that. But it doesn't make me feel very comfortable. It's not very pleasant. It's just not nice. To be fair, I actually think that they should remove these from the shelves, because this is not good. This is not good. Stay away from it. And that's the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear. Just stay away from it. Next is the fish brush. I reviewed this before. I just wasn't a fan of it. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. Like, when you first look at it, you think that this thing is going to be so heavy, like it's, you know, like it's going to just be like it's going to weigh down in your hand, and that is not the case. I just don't like the way that it dispenses foundation. I don't like the way it blends foundation. I feel like it soaks up a lot of the foundation in the actual bristles itself. It's cute to look at, just like the Too Faced highlighters. It's cute to look at. It's cute to have as a part of your collection. It's cute to have on your vanity, but I really just don't feel like it is usable. I don't think it's practical. So last thing on the list is not a makeup related item. It's actually a toothpaste. I had gotten this in a glossy box. I think it was the same glossy box that I got this one in, if I remember correctly, but it came in a glossy box, and I decided, like, once I was running out of my regular Colgate toothpaste, I thought, no, I'm not going to buy any more toothpaste for now. Let me just use this one and try it out. It's not very good. It's called the Mercy Handy Holy Mint Love and Toothpaste, and that's it there. The reason why I don't like it is because the consistency of the toothpaste is too thin. So it's like when you shake it, like, let me just show you the cap, or what it comes out of. It comes out of this small hole here. But I just find that if you was to shake it just to get it to come out, sometimes it just kind of like just starts to trickle out or drops out, as opposed to a traditional tube where it's, you know, you'd have to push it out. And because of the thickness of regular toothpaste, the chances of it just dripping out of the tube, even if you were just holding it upwards or downwards, I should say, the chances of it just dripping out is kind of slim to none, unless you've already put water inside it. But this just tends to drip out and cause a mess everywhere. On top of that, because it's so thin, I find that when I'm brushing, it doesn't lather up as much as I'd like to. Like, I like my toothpaste to get kind of like a lot. I like to froth up. I like it to, you know, create a big, not a mess, but I like to see that I've created a big lather. This doesn't really do that. I have to put quite a bit of toothpaste on to make it foam up, and then, I don't know, it just doesn't make me feel like my mouth is fresh either. Do you ever like the whole point of brushing is so that your mouth feels fresh. This doesn't make my mouth feel very, very fresh, so I'm going to stick to my Colgate. I will finish using it because obviously I've started using it. I may as well just finish it, but I don't think that I would go ahead and repurchase this. I don't think it's very practical in regards to, you know, the way that it's packaged. I do prefer my other tube. I do prefer the consistency of regular toothpaste. This is just way too thin. So those were all of my favorites and fails for right now. Again, I don't do this on a monthly basis because I don't buy enough items for me to have lots to review. So I just gathered a few things that I knew that I was really in love with and things that I really wasn't enjoying at the moment. And if there's anything that you would like to see me do, buy, review, do first impressions on, just let me know. It'll probably have to wait a hot minute though because, as I said, I am on a no buy at least for a month, but if that changes, I will let you know. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and I'll see you in the next one.